I am just going to go over this animation prompt here real quick. And this is for your essay too. So first of all, for the focus, we've looked at a lot of different things here. It says for this unit, we've looked at the changing face of animation and the different styles that contribute to the modern day animation genre. We've looked at how Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse have brought a new comic style look to animation. We've looked at how anime has become not just a niche, but a worldwide phenomenon. And we've looked at how sophisticated stop motion has become. So we've been looking at lots of different things in part to get an overall idea of the animation genre. And then also for you guys to determine which one do you like best and why, which is basically what we're getting at here. Here's the topic. It says animation has evolved tremendously in the past decade. Pixar changed the face of animation in 1995 with the first full-length 3D animation film, Toy Story. Since then, animation has exploded. Studios such as DreamWorks, Blue Sky, Sony, Netflix, and many others are giving Pixar and Disney a run for their money. In addition, anime has become a worldwide phenomenon, in part due to more people discovering it over the pandemic. Stop motion too has evolved. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio both showcase the capabilities of this genre. Pinocchio even won an Academy Award, showing the versatility and the expanding respect for this art form. So so we've, that basically sums up everything that we saw and the stuff that we've been doing in this unit. So your task is to choose one of the following and, using the articles and videos above that we've used for class, write an argumentative essay about the animation genre. So here it says, choice 1, argue that stop motion animation is the best animation category, using either Marcel the Shell with Shoes On or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio as the foundation. In your argument, use sources and your own observations to make your points. Also be specific about what makes it superior: characters, visuals, storytelling, voiceovers, etc. Definitely look back at the videos and articles and things that we looked at during that unit if you want to choose choice 1 there. Choice 2, argue in favor of or against the way the new Spider-Verse movies are pushing animation in a new and innovative artistic style that in some way gives audiences a new perspective, a new experience, etc., and why this is important for the genre. So definitely, if you're going to do this one, looking at Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, one of the ways that you could talk about it is in different paragraphs talking about the different graphic elements. So, how does the BAM and the, all of those wording things, how does that make it more interactive? Or how does the geometric shapes do that? Or how does the little squiggles that show, that they have their spider sense? Or how does the split screens, all that kind of stuff are things that you might want to talk about in there, in terms of how it gives a new look, and not just that it gives a new look, but also how does that help the audience to have a better viewing experience. Choice 3, argue that anime is the best category because of something unique that it brings to the genre, i.e. emotion based on situation, exaggerated emotions, sophisticated stories and characters, etc. Use the sources we've read and the videos we have watched to inform your opinion, as well as the film Spirited Away. So if you look in here, the emotion based on situation could be one paragraph. That's one thing you could talk about, and you could talk about Spirited Away or any other anime films that do that. You could have another paragraph on exaggerated emotions, and then you want to describe a scene and describe what the character looks like in order to talk about the exaggerated emotions, and then how does that help the viewer to relate in some way, or what does it do for the viewing experience. Or here, sophisticated stories and characters. Again, looking at, you could look at Spirited Away for sure, but many others. There's a lot of, look up, the top 10 anime films, maybe, or ones that you know of, and you can talk about that here. Etc. Or use, and you can use all the sources and that kind of thing. So definitely look back at the anime stuff that we looked at during that unit. And number 4, argue that despite all the innovations in anime, stop motion, and graphic art, Spider-Verse 3D is still the superior animation art form. For this one, please use a recent film from the last 3 years as the foundation. So in this one, think about, if you're going to talk about this, Pixar is most likely going to be what you're looking at. So definitely look at things like Turning Red. Or you could also talk about Disney's like Encanto, something like that. But it needs to be recent because we're talking about the current form of animation. So, and then here's the requirements: at least 4 pages. That includes the first draft. It needs to be a full draft on that first draft. 12-point Times New Roman font, MLA style, works cited, at least 2 sources from the last 3 years. You can use any from class, but find 2 additional on your own. And I will have other other videos and things like that will go over all of this as well. So good luck with everything, and feel free to email me if you have any questions.